In the last 10 minutes of the first half, I felt that the opponent was struggling, and they will struggle in the second half. And we had that feeling that we need to do something to change the way we were playing. And was that, of course, we tried to change little things in the game, but the intensity and the quality in the way we connect, especially with Josh, in our connection was better, and that improves a lot the way we play.
You talk about those little changes. You seem to make a change at half-time with Brian going inside a little bit, maybe getting closer to Josh. Was that something that you had seen in the first half that you thought that you had to change?
I think he's not so much, I didn't say go near Josh. I just said to the players, we need to be more alive, and you can feel that. So if you are more alive, you are in more places, you are near the ball more often, and I think everyone did that. But we also need to understand that the opponent was tired also in the second half, and when you increase the rhythm and the opponent gets tired a little bit, suffers right away a goal, you felt that we had the control of the game, and that's it.
If Gyökeres is fit, if Havertz is on his way back fit, Gabriel Jesus back on the bench today, where does Merino fit into this team?
I think he's more trusted in the big games. I do. I think he's a player that you know what you're going to get. You know exactly the kind of game you're going to face, and he's got so much more experience in these games. And I think Gyökeres will be more an impact player in the big games.
Yeah.
I do. I really do see that now. I just think he trusts him a lot more, and I think Gyökeres will probably do him a lot of good just to visually watch on the outside. Yeah, be wanting to play, I understand that. However, I think he'll learn a lot from what Marino does and try and change his game a little bit.
So you think he would be starting Marino ahead of Gyökeres?
I can see that happening a lot more often than, yeah.
You agree?
No.
I don't know. I don't, because they've been crying out for a striker.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think Marino brings that stability in there. He brings that extra defensive body, almost like a false nine. But they've been searching for that goal scorer, man. That's why they spent that money. You need to have that brother on the pitch. If he's fit and firing, you got to have him out there, because I do agree with you that Marino gives them a different kind of problem for the opposition. But you need your big hitters out there, man. And Gyökeres was bought to provide goals in big moments. That's what he was there for. That's why I was saying he's fuming with timber.
So what if Havertz is fit then? Who's starting then?
That's Arteta's job, isn't it?
Mikel, that was a true red-blooded derby. 2 points dropped, but a 5-point cushion. How do you look at that ultimately as the coach?
Yeah, it was, as you said, a very intense match. We expected that, what it was at stake, the profile on the players and the two teams that in the moment that we are in and the way we play. Yeah, the game had a lot of things happening, very hectic at times. Then the red card that changes the game, a little bit the context. But yeah, straight after the halftime, they have the opportunity to put the ball in the box. One wide free kick, one corner, they score the goal. And momentum shifts again. And this comes after a period of 5 days where we played two of the best teams, very emotional and physical games as well, and with certain injuries, and we have to overcome that situation. And we scored the equalizer. We didn't manage to score the winner. We are very disappointed too. But I think overall, what the team has done this week, it's very impressive.
A lot of focus on what Declan Rice did in the Champions League in midweek, but Mikel Merino has been so vital to so many of your performances. When you see a tackle like that, and he has said he did feel his ankle cave in, but he said luckily he's got quite flexible joints. How concerned are you? Are you sure that was a red card? And then how vital he is with that finish as well?
Yeah, when it happened, I could not tell because of the angle that I was in, but that's where you could tell by the reaction of especially the players on the bench when they saw it that it was a red, and after obviously looking at it, I think it is a red card.
And of course, an enforced change, already losing Gabriel, then losing Saliba, but Nkapie and Mascara, the way that he sort of got Nkapie to calm down when he was reacting as well. This is a really strong partnership that been thrown into the fire on occasions, and while the set piece was conceded for the goal, how well did they, I mean, nearly coming back with a goal at the end. What a match to really come in as a partnership.
Yeah, and it happened yesterday as well. So yeah, we have to adapt to it. As you said, they never played together. We need to build those relationships again. A lot of things happened in the last period, but the team responds again.
I was really thrilled, really, to watch Chelsea in the week. I thought they were absolutely brilliant. Best performance I've seen for them from a number of years, I think. And again today, they had the same kind of aggression in their play. Okay, so they overstepped it a little bit. You know, the sending off of Caicedo, you could argue that he was just a bit above the level of, you know, because you want to be at a certain balance as a midfield player. You want to be a great, you know, you want to keep making tackles, but you've got to have some sort of control. And he lost control in that one instance and got himself sent off. But they didn't give Arsenal any time. You could look at the game and think it was scrappy and everything, but there was so much pressure on the ball. There was hardly any time for anyone. So it made it a real kind of proper Premier League top fixture. And the outcome, I thought, was fair.
Arsenal, who have had a great week, by the way, that would have been the cherry on top to beat Chelsea away. And, you know, especially when they went down to 10 men, I thought they're going to win it now. But just to put into context, and this is what's on my running order, so before anyone starts going at me, being a Spurs fan, Arsenal have now dropped points against Liverpool, Man City, and now Chelsea. You know, this feels like the year for Arsenal. This feels like it's their title. This feels like it's their time. Is that concerning at all?
It wouldn't concern me if I was the manager. I would be looking at that league table with a 5-point cushion and lost one game, thinking, yeah, we're the ones, and that everyone's got to catch us. So, you know, teams have got to beat them now, and no one is really looking. I mean, even Chelsea, as well as they've played today, and again going down to 10 men, they're threatened on the break occasionally, but you never felt Arsenal were going to get beat.
No,
and that's the one beauty that Arteta has at the moment, this kind of winning mentality that if you're going to beat us, you're going to have to play exceptional football.